Hi, I'm David Barron. I'm the Medical Director of Amigos de las Americas. And I want to talk to you today about having a great time this summer. And one way to do that is to avoid getting stomach bugs, GI bugs. Back when I was in Amigos, I think I did okay and I didn't catch anything. Later on, I was in the Peace Corps for a couple of years, and I did get a couple of GI infections, and it was certainly no fun. And I have learned a lot since then about how to prevent GI infections, and I'm going to tell you this right now. So listen up, because this is one of the major ways to make sure you have a good summer. So, first of all, the most important thing to start off is really keeping your hands clean. And particularly after the bathroom, you definitely want to wash your hands, ideally with soap and water. If you don't have that, you use hand sanitizer, which is a really good thing to have with you all the time, because there are other situations where it's just so convenient to have even one of these really little ones in your pocket all the time in case you are going to need it. And I'll tell you when. So, for example, when you're out between activities, you can wipe your hands down then, or if you're going to eat somewhere out in the field and there isn't adequate water, for example, you have that with you, you're all set. So, after the bathroom, before eating anything or putting anything in your mouth, you want to clean your hands. And another time to do it is just between activities to remind yourself, because you might forget. You might grab a piece of gum and stick it in your mouth, or you might even just touch your face kind of inadvertently, not thinking about it, or wipe something off your mouth. And those kinds of things can certainly be enough to just give you that GI infection, that stomach bug you're trying to avoid. As far as preparing food, the important things are you want to cook food is the best way to guarantee it's not going to have infection in it, as long as it's eaten not too long afterwards, so it hasn't been sitting for a long time. And anything that you can peel, so you get down to the lower layer of whatever it is you're eating, say fruit particularly, you're okay. Bananas, peel that, eat that with clean hands, you're all set. Mango, peel that, eat that, you're all set. Grapes or something like that, you can't clean it adequately, so you really don't even want to have that. So if any fruits or vegetables, peel or cook all food. Try to cook, and of course the water is a really important thing. So pretty much assume that all the water is contaminated in all the places we go. Period. And it just is. We're not used to these things that are down there, these infections that are down there. These guys might be because they live there. And also, some of them live with chronic infection, but they also can tolerate a lot of the things that our bodies can't because of where we live and the way we've grown up. So we really need to take care of ourselves a little bit differently than the people we're visiting in their country. So as far as water, it's got to always be treated. And this is the standard Amigos water treatment. You put 2 drops in a liter, you let it sit for 30 minutes, and you're all set. And you shouldn't drink anything other than that unless it's well boiled, or packaged, sealed water. There's another video on water that gives you more detail on that, so please take a look at that as well. Water is critically important. The other thing that actually reminds me, though, is one time when I was in the Peace Corps, and I was out somewhere for a day, and I didn't have any water, any water purification with me. I didn't drink all day, so then I got dehydrated. So you have to really make sure you have something with you if you're going out for the day to a distant place. So always carry that with you. So let's review. Summer programs are for having fun. That's why you're down there, to work with people and get to make new friends and make significant community projects and really enjoy yourself and contribute to a community. GI problems are our #1 problem in Amigos. It's very, very common. It's the most common problem we get. We can prevent most of these by using these good preparation and sanitation techniques I've told you so far. It's really pretty straightforward and simple. And these tips really should pretty much work. So try to follow them. So in review, wash or sanitize your hands always before you eat any food or put anything in your mouth, always after the bathroom, and carry a hand sanitizer with you at all times, so just in case you put anything in your mouth during the day, or just to remind yourself to do it a couple of times during the day between activities. And also, another thing I haven't mentioned so far is to really avoid any street vendor food. That food is generally, you just completely avoid it. It's just way too common that that'll carry really bad things. So meaning like corn on the cob that might be in some countries that they're selling on the street, or burgers, or other sorts of fried foods, things like that. that are open air, people selling right off the street in little vendor, not even shops, but just carts and things like that. You want to avoid that entirely. I learned that lesson really hard one time too. So if you do get a GI bug, what do? Just quickly, you need to hydrate yourself, plenty of fluids, clear liquids, and what we call Suero, or it's roughly the equivalent of Gatorade or sports drinks like that. Plenty of that. And then you can use medications, that's also in your training manual for what to use and when. And also, of course, let your project supervisor know as soon as you can. So remember, healthy is the first step towards having a fun and productive time this summer, which is what we all want you to have and what you want to have. So hopefully you'll keep these tips in mind.